All right, good morning, everybody. Don't forget my wheezing. Sinuses are kicking in. Freaking dust on the road or due to road work is killing me. Oh well. Good morning, everybody. It is April 20th, 2020. And it is a beautifully cloudy morning in Southern California. So it is what it is. Alright. Got a couple things I want to cover. First things first. I hope you all are being safe. Doing all the social distancing you need to do. Surviving as best you need to survive. Hope you guys got masks, something to cover your face. Just be safe. Because this coronavirus stuff is deadly serious and it's not something that anybody needs to be playing with. So for the sake of your children, your nieces, your nephews, your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, your brothers, your sisters, for anybody that you care about, for your coworkers if you're still working at the moment, your neighbors, just be a good human. Be safe. Don't go out unless you absolutely have to. Wear your mask if you or something covering your face. Get some gloves on. Do what you have to do to be safe and keep other people safe as well. Because regardless of what lifestyle you come from, where you come from, life is important. And every single person is important, no matter how douchey they may wind up being. My eyes are watering still. I'm not crying, I swear, I'm not crying. I'm kidding, guys. Alright. Know that Shake Shack and Covidiots in dinner trip. Coming for all of you in this video here. First up, Shake Shack. I will preface this by saying this. I love Shake Shack. They got some of the best burgers on the face of this earth. I love their shakes, I love their fries, I love everything about them. They're cool as hell. I'm so glad that they are near my work. But with that said, why, Shake Shack, why are you... Ooh, gotta stop fire truck. Alright. Fire truck reminds me. To all you first responders out there, thank you for everything that you do. Keep safe. Get back to your family safe. That's all I'm going to say. With that said, back to Shake Shack. Shake Shack. Why on earth would you take $10 million out of a fund set up to help small businesses survive during this crisis that not only this state, this country, but the entire world is going through? Why would you take $10 million out of a fund meant to help mom and pop places like Elisa's Tea Room here in Southern California stay afloat until this coronavirus stuff is done? Why? $10 million. That's funds that small businesses, your diners, your small manufacturing companies, these companies that need to survive, that this economy that it is built on, it should be built on, that this economy needs to thrive. You took money out of that fund that those type of businesses need to survive right now. $10 million. But did you do it of your own volition? No. What happened? The public found out. I'm not crying, man. Only after the public found out and there was outcry. You didn't do it on your own volition. And people stopped giving the Shake Shack the kudos. Oh yeah, they did this. I love them. This is why I love them. Really? No, don't give them any kudos. They didn't earn the kudos. They didn't earn the praise. They didn't earn the pat on their back. They should have returned that money. They should not have taken it out of the hands of the businesses that actually needed it. Shake Shack is not a small business. How in the hell were they able to do that? And if they were able to do that, what other multi-million and billion-dollar corporation has been able to do that? Stolen money out of the pockets of the people who actually need it across this country. $10 million. There are probably businesses out there that maybe probably needed $100,000, $200,000, $250,000, maybe $500,000 at most, that needed it to keep afloat, to keep their employees afloat. But were denied that because Shake Shack and people like them took $10 million. 10. Elisa's Tea Room, which is closed down temporarily because of the coronavirus, deemed as a non-essential business. And I think word was at last night or early this morning, the owners of that business said they will not be opening the doors ever again. How many more businesses are not surviving, are announcing their permanent closures because of this? How many? It is stupid that corporate greed kicking in yet again. People like companies like Shake Shack stealing money from actual small businesses who needed it to survive and couldn't get it, and now are out of business, or about to go out of business, or going out of business. Y'all deserve no kudos. Y'all are thieves. The corporate leadership for Shake Shack should be ashamed of themselves. I typically put my money and spend my money in businesses who are not only good to their employees, but are good, have a good community partnership, who work well with their community, take care of the community. I try and do that as much as I possibly can. Shake Shack, I'm not going back there again. Y'all lost my business. I know I'm only one person, and they're probably not going to miss my dollars, but I can't. This is a time where we should be focusing in on everyday people, the actual small businesses, the communities in which rely on any stimulus, anything that we can to go ahead and help out. Corporations should be helping, not taking out of the coffers at this point. Corporations and the billionaires are going to survive this with no problem. Sure, they're going to take a little hit to their wallet, yeah, but it's a drop in the bucket. maybe 1-2% of what they would normally get. They wouldn't be making as much money as they normally would. Big deal. They'll survive. There are small businesses out there that are not surviving, that are dying. That's that good old corporate greed for you. That capitalism. What is a saying a lot of people tend to say? Oh, the free market will correct everything. The free market will correct everything. You can't correct. Free market can't correct and can't resurrect a businesses like Elisa's Tea Room. They can't. And they won't. That's a sad thing about all this. Amongst everything going on, the 41,000 people plus who are dead, they don't care about none of that. They just care about their money. They care about their stock portfolio, their buybacks, their CEO balloon payouts if they wind up being laid off, or their bonus money for the board of directors or whatnot. They're not looking to the communities in which they serve. Their customer base. They're not looking for that. They're not caring. Which leads me into my second rant. Donald stupid ass Trump. So I'm going to start out with something good, actually. That three-pronged plan to go and get America reopened. It's actually a good plan. But here is the one thing that is just plainly obvious. That's the linchpin to us being able to responsibly open the country up and get back to normal. There's one thing that this thing relies on. Testing. Now for me, I'm not going to pay attention to media, no matter which side of the aisle that they tend to fall on. I am going to be paying attention to the doctors, to the nurses, not to the health executives, not to any of them people, because, well, they don't deserve my attention. They're not out here for the betterment of people. The doctors, the nurses, everybody else that is out here, that is on the front lines fighting this mess and working for a better community. Those are the people I'm going to pay attention to. And what are they all saying right now? What are they all begging for? Testing. We can't move forward. We can't get right unless we could start testing. You're not going to know how far this disease has spread unless you start testing. If you don't start testing, you're not going to know. You're not going to know how widespread this disease has gotten. You're not going to have a damn clue. It's the one thing that we can't get enough. And ironically, it's the one thing that Donald Trump said, yeah, by the end of the month, we're going to have 27 million tests out there, and we're going to go and have the best tests. It's not going to be even close. No, we haven't even gotten close. Not even. There haven't even been 4 million tests. And last week they declined the amount of tests done. Declined. Not because that, oh yeah, everybody's feeling good, everybody's feeling better now, yada, 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 yada. It's because that there are none. There weren't enough tests to go around. How did that happen, by you ask? Because they're not manufacturing. The World Health Organization offered us some tests when this thing all started out. Donald Trump and his cronies rejected those tests. Why? So his corporate partners can go ahead and make them on their own, and so that we could profit off of it. There goes that corporate greed again. Notice the trend? Corporate greed rearing its ugly head again. Remember when this thing was starting to go and we were talking about tests originally? Talking about, well, everybody's going to get a test, but be about $2,000 to $3,000 for every person. Remember that? Corporate greed again. Rearing its ugly head all over again. You see, this is where it infuriates me. We can't get tests for everybody. Why? Because there's not enough to go out there. We can't even begin with the first steps of everything until we start testing en masse. Talking about we've got to reopen the country. We have to reopen the country. The economy cannot survive this way. Yes, it can. It can and it will. And keep in mind, people, when Donald Trump and people like him talk about the economy, they're talking about millionaires, billionaires, major corporations. They're not talking about small businesses. They're not talking about those workers who have been laid off. They're not talking about the millions upon millions of people who over the last few weeks who've been filing for unemployment. They're not talking about the actual food lines that are out there now. They're not talking about any of that, people. Wake up. They're talking about their millionaires, and their billionaires, their corporate donors. Nothing more, nothing less. They care about them, not anybody else. And while there are corporate Democrats out there, we know who you are, Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden, and the like. Now, Republicans and Democrats in Congress, are they two sides of the same coin? Sure. But with that said, they are not the same thing. Republicans they don't care. They're just out and out, do not care about everyday Main Street America. They don't. But at the same time, the Democrats, well, for the most part, they don't care. But they know where their voters are. They know their voters will not vote for them if they don't do some things for the people. So they're the only ones right now who are fighting for the people. Progressives are pushing to make sure stuff gets done. And that's where I fall. I follow the progressives. But the Democrats right now are trying to get things done. They're trying to get things done for small businesses and for Main Street America, people like me and you, the working stiffs, the people who actually make up the backbone of an economy. Keep in mind, people, Wall Street is not the backbone of an economy. Corporations are not. It's us. So we can't move forward with getting this economy back in line until there's testing. If you look at every country in the world that's basically now on the downside of this coronavirus stuff, what is the processes they went through? Testing at the start. Containment. And then treatment. And then getting back to normal. That is the blueprint. That is the blueprint. But we can't even take step one if we don't test. As Donald Trump said, there are thousands, there's millions of those beautiful, beautiful tests. They're fantastic. But we haven't seen them. Let's just start testing, everybody. Final part of my rant. You idiot Covidiots. You morons. And Donald Trump unleashed these damn idiots. Where he said, liberate Virginia, liberate California, liberate Michigan, liberate Minnesota. And these people, these protests to open up the economy and open these communities in each of these states, including in Huntington Beach. Close, but not close to home. But close. Now, you notice that there is a trend with a lot of these people. A couple trends. You see, what do you see these prevalence at these things? Trump flags, Trump hats, Trump shirts. They're all Trumpers. All of them. Every last one of them. And in the meantime, while all these people are out here protesting, blocking traffic, doing whatever the hell they're doing, congregating, they're not even having mass, most of them. There's a video of one in Denver where these nurses or doctors are blocking, doing a peaceful counter protest. One of them blocking this white, I think it's a Dodge Ram or something like that. There's a white lady poking her head out the side window. Go back to China, go back to China, go back to China, you racist little shit. No mask, no nothing. A lot of them are sitting there saying, well, I'm covered in the blood. God has got me, this, that, and the other. Well, yeah. God does have you. You are covered in the blood. If you are a child of God, you are covered in the blood. God will protect you. God will do miracles for you. But that doesn't mean, essentially, if you're covered in the blood, you don't go into the middle of a gang shootout. You don't go put yourself out there to go ahead and test it in that fashion. If you're covered in the blood, and I believe I'm covered in the blood, that doesn't mean I'm going to go out in the freaking 405 freeway in the middle of rush hour traffic and saying, because I'm covered in the blood, no cars will hit me. That's stupid. That is idiotic thinking. Yes, God has you. God will protect you. God will keep you safe. But your own decisions will put you in spots to where God is all he can say is, well, yeah, I've got you, but you put yourself in that situation. Choices. He will protect you. But not from your stupid decisions. I'm not going to go ahead and go say, hey, I'm bulletproof because God has me, and then put myself right in the middle of a firefight, so to speak, and expect not one bullet to hit me. Can God do it? Sure. What is the reality, though? If in my belief that God has got me and God will protect me, if I put myself directly in the gunfire of two people firing at each other, firing weapons at each other, I want to stand in front of a bullet. Do I think the bullet's going to hit me? Of course it is. God's going to protect me. But we still have our stupid decisions that we make every single day that won't protect us. People thinking that COVID-19 is a hoax. It is not a hoax, people. All you're doing is going to go ahead and make sure that it spreads. What is the one thing that we can't afford to do? The reason why there are stay-at-home orders. Right now, it's not lockdown orders. It's a stay-at-home order. The reason why there are stay-at-home orders is to prevent the spread of this disease. Yet these people talking about, well, I can't get a haircut. I can't do this. I can't go to the beauty salon. I can't work. Well, yeah, there's a reason for it. Is trying to head off this disease. If everybody would just stay at freaking home for the moment, so we can go ahead and our health officials can go and knock this thing down. We will be better for it. But meanwhile, while you idiots go out in there and do that, we can't. Hell, in Florida, in some areas, they're opening up beaches, they're opening up parks, and people are flooding to it. Yeah, sure, those things are nice, but it's not worth your life, people. Get it together. Get it together, people. And one last rant. White people, I'm coming for you again. Because you guys seem to be the leaders of this level of stupidity. Yes, I'm white. Or at least half of me is. So, white people, stop with the stupidity. And what I mean with stop with the stupidity, there's stupidity on a lot of different levels. Over the weekend, forget me, I'm doing my seatbelt here. Being safe. Stop being racist. Just stop. From this coronavirus stuff, shouting stuff at Asian people, calling them Chinese and saying, this is your disease, you got it sick, to starting to bully them, harass them, beat them up. Stop it. Stop being racist. And there's two idiots that I particularly want to go ahead and focus in on right now. Over the weekend, there was a viral video that got posted from an app called TikTok. I don't know what it is. It looks like, I don't know. I don't care. But two high school seniors from Trump country. A couple of Trumpers. Go figure. Figure all the racists love them. It is what it is. So these two put out a TikTok video where, now I'm not going to mention their names. All I'm going to say they're two seniors from Carrollton, Georgia, I believe it is. Or Carrollton, Texas. I'm not sure which. You guys can Google it and go do what you got to do. But they posted a viral video in a bathroom sink with a cup with messages underneath the cup on how to build a type of a derogatory term for a person of color. We'll just put it that way. And they had every stereotypical thing on there that you could be, that goes along with that type of hateful name. So it went viral. And the internet did what the internet does. It found them out. Found where they were at, where they went to high school at. And it got them expelled. Hey, you know what? I'm good with that. I am oh so good with that. And now the guy, we haven't heard from a peep from him out of the internet. Don't know if his accounts, he deleted his accounts or what have you. Don't know. All right, forgive me. I'm just turning on the air conditioner, guys. This is getting hot. But this other girl, now she's not so bright. If you're in that situation, apologize and disappear. Don't make it worse for yourself. But she didn't do that. She's been on her Twitter and her Instagram. She made her Twitter private finally. But the dum-dum did a lot of dumb things, said a lot of dumb things. She started out with an apology, as you should have. And then started attacking people and then begged them not to find out what college she was going to go to. Please don't ruin my life. So, you know what the internet did? They found out where she had applied to and gotten accepted to. Hey, when you have an open profile on your Instagram, yeah, people are going to go search. They're going to find out. And what did they do? They went. They found out. They started tweeting. They started messaging, started letters, whatever the hell they were doing. And now that certain college, well, let's put it this way. They're not going to that college anymore. And, of course, when that happened, that girl started whining and crying and moaning, oh my God, you're ruining my life, you're ruining my life, you ruined my life and my boyfriend's life. And then it's somewhere in the middle of all that. I don't remember if that was with her initial apology or one of her many follow-ups. She started saying, well, that's my boyfriend's views, but I just got sucked into it. What? Excuse me? You guys can Google everything in her responses. But this little girl, all in all, started to go ahead and blaming everybody for ruining her life and bullying her and death threats. I will say this, no matter what she's done or how many times she was a racist in her life, whether that was her first time doing it or her millionth time doing something racist or saying something racist. Guys, do not follow up evil with evil. Death threats are not a good thing. Don't ever do that. That's the wrong way to go about it. But guess what, racists? You do racist things and it winds up on video and it gets out. A couple of things are going to happen. People are going to find out where you go to school, where you work, where you trying to go to college to. They're going to find out a bunch of these different things. And I guarantee you these places will not have the same views as you did on whatever racist video you did. And no, it's not. They're not violating your First Amendment rights. You have a right to say everything you want to say, no matter how bad it is or how racist it is, as long as it doesn't endanger somebody else's life. The First Amendment protects you from saying what you want to say. It protects you so you can't say what you want to say, no matter how bad it is. But there's always going to be a reaction. There are consequences for everything that we say and we do. No matter who you are, where you come from, whether you're the President of the United States or you are that 17-year-old kid whose first job is at McDonald's, frying up a couple of burgers. Doesn't matter who you are, there are consequences. The First Amendment protects you, so it enables you to say whatever it is you want to say to your heart's content. But it also protects the people who respond to you. As long as they're not violent, as long as they are not threatening your life, putting your life in danger in any way, shape, or form, they have every right to do it. They can call your business, the place where you work at. If you own the business, they have every right to go ahead and protest that business. They have every right to go ahead and stop shopping there, and to make sure people are aware of what your beliefs are, so they stop shopping there. They can do that. First Amendment, baby girl, baby boy. That's how the First Amendment works. They are not violating your First Amendment rights by responding to something that you did or said. This is reality. You can't go say whatever racist thing you go, then, oh my God, they're persecuting me. They're reacting to something you said. The First Amendment does not say, well, I can say this racist BS and then prevent somebody else from reacting to that. That's not what the First Amendment does. If you're racist, you get caught on video or audio saying or doing something racist, short of somebody physically harming you or your family, or threatening you and your family with violence, you got everything coming to you. Whatever happens off of what you say, you've earned it. You lost your job because you called African American man that one word you're never supposed to use. Guess what? You've earned it. Everything that you say or do, you're responsible for. Don't be mad and I'll use an example. I don't know where this lady worked at Verizon or not, but if you say something stupid if you say something racist, and then they find the public finds out you work at Verizon, and they start messaging Verizon, hey, Verizon, does this person and their racist views stand up with your code of conduct or how Verizon operates? And Verizon says no, it does not, and they decide to fire you. Guess what? That's not Verizon's fault. That's not the public's fault for reacting to that. That's your fault for being a racist POS. So white people, get it together. This thing all the way through has been white people. White people, stop being stupid. I don't get it. This is why I'm not conservative. Well, you're just a libtard. No. Here's where my views are typically politically. I believe everybody has a right to health care. Affordable health care. A healthcare system that doesn't prioritize profits over people. People are more important than profits. I believe everybody has the inherent right to have a roof over their head. So I believe everybody has a right to health care, housing, and a good job. That's what I believe. That's where I base all my views from. And then you throw in Christianity that I was raised in. Not the religion, but the part of Christianity of how you treat people, how you react to people, how you just to take care of people, to be nice to people. You know what? Even though I call these people very, very dumb, but you know what? They're people nonetheless. They can have their view of whatever they want. But I care even about them. Even the racist from Carrollton that I was talking about. I care that they are well. I care that they are fed. I care that they have a job. I care that they have a roof over their head. I care that they are safe. Care about the same way for the Covidiots. Even Donald Trump himself. I may not like what he does. I may not like his lack of morality or where his head is at. But he's a human being. And he deserves to be treated as such. Even though he doesn't want to treat anybody else as such. With that said, people, I'm going to go into this store while there's no line. I'm going to grab only what I need and then get out of there because I want to go back home and I want to go take a nap before I've got to go back to work tomorrow. Yes, I'm considered essential. It is what it is, but hey, I have to do what I have to do. So, as I put on my mask to make sure I'm being a good member of society here so that I can go and do what I need to do. Do masks work? Yes. No matter what it is, people, we got to do what we got to do. Just be good to each other. Stop being these little butt heads. Let's do what we have to do for the betterment of society so we can get back to normal faster. Till next time.